Yabba dabba doo!
Welcome back for Sunday night's conclusion to our awesome circle of Candela Obscura, also under our stuff known as Maledict Obscura. That is the name of the podcast that we have been doing this under. The circle, however, we never really did mention, is called the Circle of the Oriental Express, as you have gathered if you went back and watched the previous episodes and whatnot. We are fans of Chinese food, and that's kind of how the name came to be. But all of that aside, to catch you up real quick, if you haven't watched the at least the past 2 nights, we are right here towards the end of everything. We have found out that Alan W. Bray is the leader of the Pale Horse. He is the one that is known as the Man in the Woods. He calls himself Death. And so that is kind of where we are. All you guys were grabbed by members of the Pale Horse for being captured, and you are now within the circle of candles, which you guys can make a read roll to see if there's anything in particular about these candles that you notice, if you wish.
I cannot do that. I would like to ask Alan a question.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I mean,
Alan's going to.
Okay, I was going to say, I'll definitely do it. I mean, I got
let them do their read roll
stuff to
first.
spend.
Okay.
People to see, stuff to
Sure, I'll
spend.
make a read. Why not? 2.
I'm using everything. 3 drives and a guild. Because I only have 1 action point, so you gotta throw everything in. But
Fair enough.
I'm using everything, which
Go
is
ahead.
3 drives and a guild of dice and another one.
I actually am going to use this.
Oh, 6. Oh, 3 6s.
Was the white one gilded? Or
no,
the red one's gilded?
The
This
fancy
gilded.
one was
Just
gilded.
the fancy? Okay.
And that was a 1.
I'm not using the gilded.
Okay. So
I'm using the
you
6.
you can tell. So there's some of the candles are actually, the flames are different colors than others. You also notice that there is salt in the shapes of stars, and the candles are at the points of these stars. And so it's actually like 2 stars that are laying kind of like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
And the constellation?
Not quite a constellation, but they are laying in a way to where they're offset. There we go. So all the points are kind of almost seemingly to where it's just like 2 circles essentially of candles. And so, but there are even candles towards the center too, right directly around Bray. But you guys are within, not the main circle where he is, but within the circle of the other 2 outer layers of candles. And with that, what do you...
I'm going to look at Alan and I'm going to ask, Alan, I want you to be honest with me when you answer this question. What happened to Travis? Did you kill him by something that you summoned?
Just a mere casualty in the war.
That's all he was to you? He was our brother in the circle.
Wait, Travis. I was thinking of the theater guy.
From the Shattered Nail.
Oh, from the Shattered Nail?
Yeah.
No. That was something else. So rewind.
Okay.
That had nothing to do with me. Anything else? I was waiting for you because I thought you had more.
I was thinking about what I was going to say.
Okay. I thought you had more, so I was waiting for you.
Can I say something?
Sure.
So, you killed that theater guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had Carver here made it to ever looked at the autopsy reports, he would have seen that it was a similar cut to the belly as to one that now matches his own. Do you have another question?
Yeah.
Or are you just waving at me
No.
this time?
Why is it, why pale? Why pale in horse? I understand horse, but why pale? What's so pale about you guys?
Do I really need to answer that one?
Yes, please.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to look at him and give him the...
For a doctor, you seem awfully dumb.
You guys have come
Why
to...
haven't your assistant left you yet? I don't understand.
I pay her too much. That's
You guys
why.
have come to
Barely.
the pinnacle of the moment where the Pale Horse triumphs. It is the death of Candela and the death of the Red Hand. And at that moment, you begin to hear screams and cries from just outside of the Scarlet Woods. And he gets back down and he begins to continue his chanting. What do you guys do?
Alan, you've done too much damage.
He ignores you and continues.
What is he?
with what he's doing.
What is he
Is he-
saying? Is it like
Is it catchy?
incomprehensible or what?
Some of it is in a language that is not understandable, and then there's like different sayings like "Come forth, rise from the ashes. We are nothing but salt and ash and dirt." And just different, like random, like that's mixed in with everything else that you're hearing from like other languages.
How far is he from us?
I mean, you can hit him, but you are that captured.
I'm not. I'm just asking how far he is from us.
Like, if you were able to get to one of your things, you could attempt to, like, do something.
Would it affect us?
I would probably have you guys make straight rolls to see if you
Can I do
are
a focus
affected or
roll?
not. You want to focus?
Yeah, I want to do a focus roll. See, like, I can kind of see what is going on. Like, are our hands binded or tied up? Like, can we move or something?
You have people holding you down. Like, they're pinning you to the ground. Like, you're not like flat on the ground. You're on your knees, but they're like holding your arms behind your back. So I mean, you could try to overpower these guys.
I want to do I think a focus roll might help. Is there?
Let me. Sorry, go on.
You go. It's alright.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we got two guys. I mean, obviously I don't know if we want to do something drastic now. I mean, obviously we don't want to sit here and wait for him to summon something, and we all die.
I feel
This
like
is true.
this is like the climax. So I'm gonna use focus roll. All 3 dice,
Okay.
and have one gilded.
And Annie is going to add a gilded to you.
Well, it's gone now. That dice is now gone.
I'm
And-
also gonna use my 2 trains.
You guys actually begin to hear crackling and like feel almost like a static energy, and like the ground below you begins to light up, but also the sky above the woods begins to have a blue tear start to come through it.
The 2 trains, that's gilded, right?
No, those are just additional dice.
Okay.
Are you adding one of the trains or both?
All of them.
What
For
are
a
you trying
focus?
to
Yeah, what are you
accomplish
trying
here?
What are you doing?
Fine. Okay, I just thought it'd be good. I thought it'd be good.
This is all because he wants food.
Wait, no, it's because you gave me Annie's dice. So I was like, okay, I guess it's important. I should probably add more dice.
Okay, so what are you trying to accomplish? Because maybe I'm not understanding here.
I was trying to do a focus to analyze the situation to see what we can do.
Oh, well, give me my dice back. I'll give that to you later.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
I don't know that you need to blow all 3 of
Yeah.
your focus.
Well, yeah,
dice
let's
here
not
either.
do
actually,
that.
actually,
I
you're
would
right.
say
'cause
just do one.
I can actually heal people, so like,
Yeah,
That's where it's
maybe.
going to be needed.
yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness.
It's a 5.
There you go. See, you didn't
Yeah.
you didn't need more than one.
Okay, so you're trying to analyze like how stressful this situation is?
No, I'm trying to see like what can we do? Like, I'm trying to figure out. I'm not trying to think.
It's the best course of action.
Like trying to focus and see what we should do. Like,
Well-
see if there's any like weak spots that we can try and escape.
For a 5, I will give you the guy that's holding you, his heart, you can feel his pulse. Being a doctor, you can tell what's going on. You can tell his heart is racing by being able to feel his pulse through his hands at the moment that are holding yours. And due to the fact that there is a cold rain right now that is happening, you can tell that his hands in particular are wet, almost like you're not sure if they're sweaty because he's nervous or if they're wet from the rain, but you can tell he has perhaps not the best grip on you, so you could feel confident enough to try to break out of it or not. it's mixed success. It's not a full success on your roll. So
I'll let him continue.
I'll just keep that in mind. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I mean, I should probably avoid a fight, so I don't know.
Avoid a fight.
and at this
Bro,
moment,
we're gonna fight.
two long arms begin to like extend themselves out of the tear in the sky, and like reach like past the tear and begin to pull.
Okay, seeing this, I'm gonna look at everyone and and I'm gonna try to break free, and I'm not going to hit Alan, but I'm going to hit the candles that are around him to mess up the system, and I'm gonna hit him with the acid vial.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead and what?
You're gonna have to make a roll here.
Okay, well,
You're gonna have to make a. I guess that'd be a control.
I'm burning both my drives, baby. And then,
Both from drive.
can I use a gilded?
You don't have gilded on control. Oh, you mean one of the... Yeah, we got
Gilded
three of them.
We got
yeah,
three?
Our take one, yeah.
Okay,
Which one's your gilded?
I'm gonna make this the gilded.
Okay.
Go, come on. No! That's a 1. I don't know where the other dice
You
went.
have a 4 under your foot.
I do?
Yep.
That's not the gilded.
It's right here.
They're 2 1s.
I've got. So are we all breaking free? Like,
Then I'm gonna
on
use the
three?
4, I guess. Then
Okay, so you break free and you throw the acid. Alan needed to make a roll too. I gilded the roll, and on my gilded, I rolled a 6.
no.
So the acid vial stops just a few inches from the thing, like from one of the candles, and it's glowing like a bluish green around it. And Alan stops his chanting and goes, "I wouldn't have done that if I were you." And he stands up and he comes over to you, and he draws a sigil on your head and does this with his hand. And I need you to take a bleed scar. And how does this bleed affect you? And you're gonna have to shift your actions around.
Okay. Oh, that's not good.
I didn't do anything.
I
I wanted to do stuff.
I couldn't have thrown the sleep thing at him while he was coming to me.
No, because you're still like you got rebound again after you break
Oh,
free.
yeah. Okay. So I take all 3 bleeds.
Yeah, you
Just
basically
fill in the scar.
Yeah, straight up fill
Okay.
a scar.
Wait, hey, I can.
When this is happening, would this have been enough of a distraction for me to break free from my hold, possibly?
You can try.
Okay.
Listen, he gave the nod. I wanted to try too. I was just letting him do his thing before.
Go ahead and try. Go ahead and try. You both of you guys can try.
So bleed would be, is that like permanent markings on the skin?
Yeah, this is physical markings. I mean, you could probably get away with a mental one, but I think in this case, there's going to be some sort of physical marking.
I'm gonna say that his entire left side, like the skin, just turns like
I'll give you that one.
gray.
You
Okay.
can shoot him.
Also, during this moment, because there is so much like ethereal, like static in the air, James, your boils begin to burst. I need you to take 2 bleed marks.
Ouchie.
Okay, so what do we need to roll to try to break free?
Let's see what you get.
Oops, sorry.
I think I had him do a control, so you
Okay.
actually need to erase a control. So
Yeah.
you can do a control, and you can do a control to break free.
Oh, I have a
Hide
scar
for
now.
sleight of hand.
I will allow you to do a hide.
You have a scar now? Do I have a scar?
Oh, yes, you do have a scar now. So
Oh, look at
you
that,
need to
you
shift your
finally
actions
joined us.
around, and you need to tell us how the bleed affects you.
What do you mean shift the action?
So the circles that are filled in, you have to move some of those around now because your character will act differently because of this scar.
So, one quick question. When I use my back against the wall, I would get to use 2 dice instead of 1. If that 1 would have been a gilded, does that make 2 gilded?
That is a good question. I think that there's enough room in here that it would be up to whichever GM is running the game's discretion. I say that because you'll be in this position soon. So with that, I think the way I'm gonna allow it is go ahead and do 2 gilded.
Okay.
It's the last session anyway, so let's
Okay.
have some fun.
So I'm going to use. I'll have 2 dice for my control, and I'm going to use 2 drives. One of which would be gilded, so these will be my 2 gilded. All right.
You get a
I will
6.
take. I will take a 6, which was a non-gilded.
Okay.
I got a 5 on a gilded, but I'll take the 6 for a full success.
Okay, so you break free and you get up. What is your next move?
I'm gonna try and shoot him.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead and
can I
roll
put a control on him? Like,
for shooting.
can I
Pop him
roll
right in the
control?
face.
Like, can I help him out by giving him another dice by using this?
No, don't worry about it. I got plenty.
Okay.
All right. I will.
I will use because technically right now Annie is a member of your circle,
But
and
you decided to marry her, didn't you?
Annie, are you okay? Are you
do you mean
okay?
decide?
You guys got a lot to talk about.
They can talk
I know.
later.
Yeah. We're dying here.
Hey,
I'm gonna help you with the. I'm gonna spend a drive, and use it to help you on a roll that is less than a 3. If you get less than a 3.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. So it'll be, these 2 will be gilded again. So I'm using 2 drives and then 1 control. That is a 6 on a gilded.
You got 2 6.
Well, I only need 1.
No.
Okay. So
So I'm pretty sure that was, because it's a 6.
you both react at the same time. Bray reacts at the same time you react. So your shot it hits, but it doesn't hit like it hits a lung. It doesn't hit the heart or the head. So it's still a very good vital shot. He'll be struggling to breathe, but he also got you as good as you got him. So he throws a blade knife, like an ethereal knife at you, and you take a bleed in the body, and he hits you basically in a lung as well. And he's doubled over and he starts laughing. I guess we're even, huh? And he stands back up and he holds his hand to it, and like his breathing is like shaky and erratic for a second, and then he kind of like gets back to.
Oh, I'm throwing the sleep thing
like
while he's healing. If that's
somewhat
what he's
normal.
doing.
Go ahead and try.
Cool.
We'll get to me eventually. I'm just biding my time.
Well, I can only roll
Double
one.
6s.
No, I'm gonna.
Oh,
That was a
Oh,
4.
there we go. Okay, a 4.
4.
Okay, so he tries to get a spell up in time. You said 4?
4.
Okay, so actually he rolled a 4, so he gets the spell up just in time to cancel it out, because it cancels each other out, and he goes, "Not quite yet, Albert," and then he pulls like this, and you feel that sigil begin to like it. He tries to like do something with it, but like because like the spell, even though it canceled it, like the two, like his spell kind of canceled out your thing, it seemed to have done something, because he can't quite get what he wanted out of it, and so you're fine for the moment.
Okay.
What kind of for the scar?
Thought I was gonna take another scar.
Like what should I write on the scar?
Your boils were on your left arm.
Yeah.
I would say some sort of what is the word I'm looking for? Not malfunction.
Like
disability.
Basically, like your
my left.
arm is going to be pretty messed up after those boils.
You got a withered arm now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
with
a
their-
cripple.
It's something like that. You can do something along those lines.
And
Make it your own.
Take
Though.
my strong hand.
Yeah.
what's the
Mix it up.
Take my strong hand.
We're going to be doing surgery on you today.
with the circles?
What
What am
is
I
that
supposed
from?
to do?
The strong hand.
Yeah.
The strong hand's from Scary Movie 2, right?
No. Much older.
No, there's something else with it? Oh. See, I remember it from Scary Movie 2. What is it from the...
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, okay. So, wow, they were making fun of all kinds of stuff in Scary Movie then.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they had Tim Curry playing in Scary Movie 2. Okay.
For the circles, what am I supposed to... What should I do? Does it matter, like...
Like, no, you... A lot of this is, like, your own creativity. Like, how would James Buckingham, like, react now differently after taking this scar? So you got to think about, like, how you would play the character differently.
He'd run faster away.
I think... I don't know, I'm looking, and... I mean, for the circle, the only thing I have is control, so I think... Well, I'm not shooting, but I think I just can't shoot straight. Like, I mean... I don't know.
You didn't even have the gun.
I mean, I did, so I gave it away. But I don't really know what else I could really use with my hand.
I guess you're not Captain Grief over here anymore.
Oh, hey, as the boils pop, I was wondering if I can break... no, never mind, I was about to say break free because it would scare the guy. Does the boil, like, when it pops, does it get on the guy who's holding me?
No, it's just, like, all down your arm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't try and do anything except for, like... I think the best thing I could do is if one of you guys are laying on the ground, I can, like, roll to pick you up and run away. Like... But I'm gonna do that thing with control, so I do is just erase it.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the beast still coming through?
Yes.
Oh.
I was getting ready to get to that. You now see, like... You saw, like, pre-elbows, but now you're basically at the shoulders as it's pulling itself out. You, like, can't quite see the top of the head yet, but you know it's coming.
I'm out of things to do.
Can I go?
Yes, absolutely.
Would this be considered height of an intense moment?
You're gonna do protagonist chapter?
Uh-huh.
Now I think would be the time to do protagonist chapter.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like squirm and, you know, kind of talk to Alan and be like, so is it just coincidence that you and Annie showed up at the same time?
It is actually, and it kind of works out to my favor.
I'm gonna get like dark red, and I'm gonna let the clock take over for a second. The clock in my mind, and I'm going to do protagonist chapter. In the height of an intense moment, I gain 2 extra actions, so I'm gonna do 1 in hide for the sleight of hand of trying to break out, and then I'm gonna do 1 in control and pull out my gun and try to shoot him.
Pop him.
So.
Okay.
And I'm going. I have a lot of hide, so we're gonna get this 6 for hide. We're gonna get out of here.
You're gonna spend it all, huh?
I'm gonna spend it all.
Annie's gonna give you a gilded.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so that's a gilded.
I rolled a 2 as Annie to try and escape myself.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Give me these.
She hollers. Nah, not yet.
You did it, babe!
Yeah,
You got it, babe.
You got it, babe!
No, that doesn't fit the character though.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I believe in you,
5,
Schmookums.
6.
No, it's still not the character.
I'm gonna use 6 drives. So that's 6 dice.
1 gilded, I assume.
1 gilded. And so
technically
these
2
two are
gilded.
these two are gonna be
2
gilded.
gild.
So there should be
So which 2 are gilded? So I can see.
these 2.
Okay.
And then so I use 6 drives, but 1 of them is gilded.
Yes.
So then I would have 5 and 7. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's right. Okay. Just give me 1 6. That's all I want. There's like 4 2s right there.
You got a 4.
Okay, and we're gonna roll these 2. 2 4s. All right, I'm gonna burn a resistance. And I'm gonna re-roll them all. Keep those 2 separate. I just want a 6. That's all I want. Just 1 6. All right, there's a 6.
You
Is
got
that
another
a,
one.
is
You got
that a
another
6?
6.
Okay, that's a 6.
And another 6.
And another 6
So this is to get out or to shoot?
to get out.
Okay, so this is to get out.
Might as well re-roll these 2. I got a 6 on a gilded, so I'll take that one.
So get your drive back.
So I get a drive back.
Burn 6 drives, gets 1 back. Alright.
That needs to be a me. That's
Okay.
gonna be.
Oh, and there's Annie's dice too.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'll take that back. Thank you.
Oh!
No!
Your drink! It's okay. We're good.
If only you had something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, no.
And then, so I don't have to burn a hide because I did
Good thing it was empty.
my extra action. And then control. It is also gilded. And I'm going to burn 2 drives. So this one's going to be gilded. And then I get 1 normally, right? And then 1 more for the drive. And then I'm going to do 2 trains. 2 trains. So this is gilded. And then 2 trains.
Oh, I could have added a train to my original roll with the acid.
Come on, baby. Give me a 6. No 6s. Come on, baby. Give
What's
me
the blue 6 from?
That's just
Okay,
from earlier.
Because
Yeah.
I dipped my head down for a second.
A 3. No, a 4 is the highest I got.
A 4?
Is a 3 still a mixed? I mean,
No,
three's a
three's a
fail.
failure.
Oh, then we're taking the 4.
Yeah. You wanted to take the 3 because it was a gilded? Okay, so is this to shoot or is this to get out? Get out was the 6.
Yeah,
Get out
he
was
got
the
out.
Okay, so 4 is to shoot?
Yes,
Okay.
the first time.
Okay, so you shoot and you hit, but you hit him like in the shoulder blade as he was turned around. But at the same time, like he like knew it was coming, so he threw a ethereal blade at you, and you now take a body and a bleed.
Okay.
How does this bleed affect you?
Well, I'm going to say that the dancing kicks in again, thinking about the happy moments, and I'm going to use "It's in Your Head" to soak 1 bleed. Mark by telling it it's not real. So I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to take that memory. And can I do another action? Can I do another action? That's what I'm going to ask first.
Well, why wouldn't you be able to do another action?
I was just wondering if you had something else you wanted to say, but
Well, okay. At that moment, the earth around you guys, you hear earth just in random spots throughout the darkness begin to loosen and stir.
okay.
And even within the stars, you see it stirring in a couple of spots. And you hear a roar from the tear in the sky as the head is now beginning to protrude like this much.
How big is this thing?
It's big.
Okay.
Like the arms are probably like 10 feet long in
Oh,
themselves.
so we don't want to fight this thing.
We
okay.
kill Alan.
So
We put him down.
And he's going to try to escape real quick.
okay.
She does not. And then, in fact, she takes a body.
I want to try and use a strike to use my hand weapon to knock out Bray.
Anybody want to do anything else before we get to that? 'Cause
I would like to take another shot at my gun, but I had something planned.
I was just going to get free.
Who's texting? Who's texting me?
All right. So with that, that would put you guys. Let's see. Do you want to do his thing or do you want to do his thing?
If he shoots him first, would that make Bray at a disadvantage to try to avoid my strike?
We can find out. Essentially, do rollies.
I'm not doing it. Somebody else has to do it.
All right. Well, then
I'm
if
terrible
I
at it.
try to strike him first, would that put him at disadvantage for the shot?
Just kind of have to see what happens between our rolls.
Okay.
How many are you rolling?
Enough.
6.
I roll. Aha.
I got a 5, but I could do I've got 2 resistances, so I might as well use
You
one.
can keep the 5 if you want. So if you don't get anything better,
Is that
I'll
how?
learn a resistance suit. You can keep a 5 if you want.
yeah, you can re-roll as many dice as you want. So come on.
6 on the gilded.
Congratulations, Candela. So, you do, because I rolled a 5.
I actually
You do-
rolled 2 5s and a 6.
You do take 1 hit, and it's a body as he like
Then
takes the staff and hits you, but you get
I
him
am
and
going
you
to use
knock him.
Death Defy to not take that body.
Perfect. That is super cool.
Otherwise, I would have
How-
been dead.
He'd be-
How
Yeah.
cinematic of you. So he goes to swing at you with the club, like with the staff, and he misses. But
I kind of duck under it, and then I come up with my slapjack and just hammer that thing right across the side of his face.
Awesome. However, as the staff hits the ground, there is a ethereal boom, and it accelerates everything. The tear in the sky is now even bigger. So you have Bray unconscious on the ground, but your exterior problems are much worse now, as the dead are now above the ground. They have risen.
The dead have risen?
The dead have risen.
So he's unconscious? Is he going to stay unconscious? Or during this period? Or
shoot him in the head.
Like,
go over and shoot him in the head.
Like,
I mean, yeah,
are they still holding me down? Or at this point, are they running away because they didn't realize what they're getting into?
I mean, there's chaos all around you. The Pale Horse people are still there, though.
Okay. I think I want to break free and kick that guy in the head. Like, I don't know. I keep him unconscious. That's what I'm thinking.
Just let me shoot him. Let me shoot him right
I think
between
this
the
is my
eyes.
turn to get up there. Once he's knocked out, I can actually... Like, here, you know what? I want to go poke him in the eyes just with my 2 fingers and make him not see.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Take the gun from him and shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Do you want to shoot him while he's down?
I mean, yeah.
Do it.
Okay, so I will give you an additional dice. Free.
Won't need it.
Well,
I'm gonna use in my head. So that memory of us dancing, the clock's gonna take it over, and that I'm not gonna have that memory anymore, and it's gonna be a guaranteed success. So it's gonna be a 6.
oh, well, there you go.
That's what I wanted to do. I was just gonna shoot him right in the head, get an automatic 6.
I didn't realize your class was so weird.
So, with
Class
that,
is bougie.
It's awesome, though.
It says the scariest place is in your mind. Take 1 scar for an automatic success.
So at that moment, you get grabbed by one of the undead, and I need you to take another body and another bleed.
Can I go and try to free Annie?
Yes. And so what happens whenever the undead guy grabs you? He begins to like tear into your flesh with his nails, essentially.
Oh man!
As he's like ripping your skin from your bones.
I don't take another bleed from that though, do I?
I said a body and a bleed.
I took both.
Okay, good. Then you're caught up. That's it.
I have a mark on each. I have a mark on brain, body, and bleed.
And the giant creature is now like abdomen out and is beginning to raise a leg to get out of the tear.
Okay, so
He's still going out even though we've shot him in the head.
Killing Bray didn't solve the
stop it,
solution.
unfortunately.
All right.
That's why I want to
I want
free Annie. Hopefully she can have an idea of how to stop this thing. All right.
Go ahead and try to free Annie.
Okay.
Annie, are you okay? No.
All right, let's see. How do I want to do this?
James, you get grabbed and carried off into the woods by one of the creatures.
they're gonna
It's
get
just
you
like,
too.
and it just grabs you and yanks you and carries you off into the woods. And I need you to take a brain.
Before he does, can I do a move roll? Like, dodge this?
For this one, unfortunately, you can.
Are these on the same side as the Pale Horse people? Like, or are they attacking the people that are holding us down as well?
Currently, it seems like they're only attacking you.
No, of course.
So can I dodge? Roll the dodge, please.
Us versus the world.
Can you roll a dodge?
Yeah, can I please, like, do a move so I can dodge? It says run, dodge, and happy. Can I dodge?
Yeah, I'll let you try.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see, I'll do one move. And then I'll do... I mean, the stress is high, right?
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 to free her, not gilded.
Okay, so how do you do it? Like, she's being held down the same way you all were.
I just run straight at the guys that are holding her and just dive to try to tackle them and knock them off her.
The old school Leatherheads would be super proud of your form, as there was none, and you just end them.
I also used
free
2
Annie.
of my trains.
And so Annie's up and she's like, This is horrifying. This is horrible. What do you guys...
As I'm like getting the flesh teared into me, I'm like, fix the problem! Fix it!
I don't know if I can. I'm nowhere near what he was.
Reason
He
it
did
killed it.
stop your grenade from going off on a candle. So, I don't know if that's just him being
I wanna
Destroy the
stupid.
circle.
I want to free from the undead.
Okay. Go ahead.
So can I burn 2 moves in order to do that? Because I don't have any drives.
Yeah, go ahead. Burn 2 moves to try to get free from the undead.
Cool. We don't have any more gilded, do we?
We do.
We do?
I don't
Do
think
you have trains also?
I do. I'm going to use 2 of my trains.
Hey, so I got a
So I'm
3.
going to roll 4.
Can I use another move and dodge
you have a
again?
resistance.
Resist?
Just re-roll.
I
Reroll?
rolled 2
Okay.
6s.
Do I reroll all these dice?
You can re-roll
You rolled
as
2
many as you
sixes?
I rolled 2
Any of them on a
6s.
gilded?
No, I didn't use any
You
gilded.
said all of them,
Oh,
right?
okay. So, you are
All of
freed
them?
from it.
Okay, I am now going to go over and just start wrecking up the circle.
I will say, as soon as you get free, you see Bray's body, like, rigid for a second, contort, and he puts his hands flat on the ground. His feet are on the ground, bends himself up in the exorcist walk,
Crab walking.
and turns his head, and his eyes are glowing that bright blue that
Ethereal.
Atmos's were. Yep.
Why didn't you shoot
I'm
him?
gonna smack him with my metal detector. I'm
did
gonna say,
shoot
"Why
him.
did you stay down?"
He grabs it with the one hand, still in the exorcist thing, and like pulls himself up. His head is like completely 180'd on his head or on his body, looking at you.
Then I'm just gonna run towards the circle and start wrecking it.
I need you to use another move roll at a disadvantage because he has a hold of your wrist.
Okay,
I got a 6
For
for dodge.
I'm gonna add
dodging?
Yes.
Okay, so you successfully not get carried off. However, I need you then to make a move roll because it dodges him and he just comes like the creature just comes running like arms flailing and stuff at you.
I
as
can't
it
use
tries to grab
I
you.
can't use any resistance.
You can use
for
a
this.
hide. You
Okay.
can't what?
I can't use any resistance for this, can I?
You don't have any on it.
I
man.
don't have any.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
So he pulls you close, grabs you by your throat, and begins to squeeze, and the nails are digging, and I need you to take a body.
I remembering how we ended up stopping Atmos. I'd like to pull out my camera and use the flash on it to hopefully blind him the same way that, because I mean that's how we ended up knocking Atmos out, was the flash of the camera.
Before you do that, make a... Do you have a read?
I do not. I have a sway, hide, survey, focus.
Survey. Make a survey.
Survey. Okay.
And at this point, the giant creature has a leg out, and you hear boom as its leg has hit the ground.
Oh.
So if we knock over the candles, it closes the portal, and then his leg. And
I mean, you can try. Things are getting kind of messy at the moment.
5 on the gilded.
5 on the gilded.
Can I run over and knock?
Okay, so you were trying to... this was a survey.
Yeah.
You're getting the idea that because there's a key difference here between Atmos and Alan W. Bray, and that was that Atmos was alive. This is now a undead Alan W. Bray, which may pose an even worse problem than a undead or a alive Alan W. Bray.
How?
Because he is dead now and harder to kill because he's already killed. Haven't you ever seen a scary movie?
All right, I'm gonna use. I'm free. I'm gonna do a chemical concoction.
I rolled a 6 on it.
I feel like y'all are just over there like,
What? Nobody
Can I
saw
roll
him.
a survey to like spot? Like, is there anything on the ground that can tell me how to get rid of this portal?
at the moment you guys are all guessing. Annie hollers, I guess try to get me the book and we can see if I can figure something out. You would be the closest one.
I'm the closest.
Yeah, I mean, he's got you by the throat.
That was for the chemical concoction. I am about to die.
Well, can I heal him real quick?
Can I try to free from Bray?
I would use a focus right now. if I were you, and try to get the spell book first.
Okay, I'm gonna burn focus. I think I've used all of my trains.
Annie will give you 2 additional dice.
Okay.
Wow.
2 additional dice or 2 additional gilded dice?
These are just additional.
How many more gilded do we
I
have?
may need a couple of my own gilded at the moment, depending on how we.
I haven't used any of the party's gilded. I think you used one.
That's it. Nobody else has used any.
I'm gonna use another one then. Six.
Serious number.
And then lots of 1s and 2s.
Okay,
Yep.
so you yank the spell book out of his pocket, and you're like,
And I throw it towards Annie.
Annie catches it. She begins like flipping quickly, and she comes across one, and she starts reading it. We have to put Bray in the ground, and then I have to say a chant to close up the tear. So we have to put Alan W. Bray either through a tear or in the ground. Those are our options.
Through the tear, huh?
Through like that tear, essentially the ground is beginning to get torn too.
So we can actually.
So like where the candles are, it's like beginning to like push up and like rip this way. So there's now an ethereal tear there, and like you hear a roar similar to the bear, and like you see a head like beginning to pop up out of there and like clawing as it like begins to like paw its way to the surface.
How far away is the tear?
Well, seeing as how Alan would have died pretty close to the center of the circle, it's close.
Can I use my last control to try to essentially grapple him and then drag him and run into the tear with him?
Run into the tear with him?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will allow you to do that.
Okay.
You're gonna sacrifice yourself, my dude.
You should give him one of your bombs real quick so he can like shove it in his mouth.
Well, yeah, take the
Could cave in his
take
head.
that. That's flammable.
Burn.
Well, I may not need it, so let me think. All right.
Okay, I'll hold on to this then.
2 for the control, 2 for the gilded, and 1 for the train. I got a 6.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
Hearing Annie's words that he needs to go either into the ground or into the tear, I figure the tear is the easier of the options, so I just, as he's strangling Albert, I run over and I just grab his kind of down around his arms, just bear hug him, kind of pick him up, and I just carry him running straight towards the tear.
In this moment of sacrifice, whenever he gets the hands down, you won't have to take a body for this one, because I was going to have it where Alan was going to basically rip your throat out. So he saved you like big time with what he did. And so as he runs all in like one seemingly like fluid motion, and they dive into the ground, you see it like, and you hear the bigger creature who hadn't quite made it out yet as it falls back, it's sucked back in through the tear.
And does he go in with it?
He went in with it.
As he what?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing?
She's coughing. Acting your age.
Well, I'm gonna assume that Albert sees him run into the tear.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I guess in a way, I try to scream, but after having like my throat almost like ripped out, you just hear the I guess one of the last things is just as you run into the tear, trying to scream but can't really get the vocals out to do so.
What are Nathaniel, Carver's thoughts during all of this?
Through it all, he's made some friends with people he never would have expected to become friends with. But even through these friendships, his main goal is still to be reunited with his daughter. It's all he really wants. He misses her with every fiber of his being. And so while he did sacrifice himself for the betterment of the group and the world, he was really fulfilling his own quest.
So as the tear begins to close itself, you hear those wonderful words of "Daddy, welcome home." And did you have your hand raised?
No.
Oh, okay. The rest of you, things seemingly begin to go back to normal. As far as like undead creatures go, like get sucked back into the ground, and things begin to level out and calm. The circle has definitely been extremely damaged now, as you have lost 2 members. And this would have been your final assignment anyways.
2 members.
Marion and now Nathaniel James Carver.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna go find these 2.
So, the sun's beginning to rise over the Scarlet Woods, and you are all beaten and battered, and other members of Candela begin to come into view, and one of them being the gentleman that brought you all together for the first time, and even brought you guys together like when you guys needed to be called for the second time. And
I thought that was the guy we just killed.
no, that's
No.
Alan was your lightkeeper. This guy is more like a go-getter, essentially. He's like a higher up.
Oh, he's the guy who just goes to gets us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
And-
was the guy who went to go get us in the first game.
Okay.
Or first assignment.
Okay.
He looks at you and he then looks at all 3 of you and goes, "A fine job you did this evening. You prevented some very horrible things from happening. You saved the world, and they would never even know it. Mr. T would like to invite you, should you so choose it, to be a lightkeeper of your own, guiding circles in much, what we would hope would be a much better way than what Mr. Alan W. Bray did, which was extremely unfortunate because he could have been so much more. But we do thank you for your service. So if you should so choose to no longer be a member of Kendall."
After he says those words, I look at Annie, and I remember what she said earlier, and how she said, "You don't have many years left, so live them well."
Mm-hmm.
And I look at him, and I assume Albert is laying on the floor or laying on the ground, just beaten, like near the point of death.
We'll say you found a good tree to rest up against.
And he looks at him and he goes, "Son, if it means preventing the world from this kind of debauchery that we got going on here that we had tonight, and seeing less of the lives that we lost today, like such as Nathaniel and also Marion, preventing those lives from being lost, I will live out my last years and protect this world from this evil."
And Annie's like far off enough she can't hear the words, and she's talking with Joe Monkey at the moment, and you can see them like talking with a few other people or whatever, but she like seemingly like stops, turns, and looks at you almost knowingly, and with a smile nods.
I look at him and I go, "Don't you call me Mr. T again."
Oh, Albert, I won't. I wouldn't even dream.
Good.
But Buckingham is standing right here with him, and he goes, "Mr. Buckingham, we thank you very much for your service. We would hope that you would return potentially one day as another member, or as a member of a circle again, or perhaps as a lightkeeper, or in some other fashion within Candela. But we would hope that you wouldn't leave Candela. We would actually really appreciate it if you stayed."
I think I'm just gonna nod and say, okay. And I'm gonna walk to Anne because I have to ask Anne something.
Okay. Whenever he comes up and like begins to talk to Annie, you actually walk away for a minute and like kind of go off to your own to like think like you have done so many other times. And while you're sitting there thinking, the gentleman from Candela comes up and stands next to you and just stands there quietly next to you. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, I am a man of very few words.
Unless it's on a page?
Unless it's on a page, yes. I just am waiting for the blabbermouth to walk away from my wife so I can continue to talk to her.
Well, while you're waiting,
Am I the blubbermouth?
in the
While you're ready.
in the silence, the gentleman goes, "Make for a great book, wouldn't it?"
You could say that again.
I won't waste the action to do so, but we hope that maybe we'd see you again. Your wife has made an excellent lightkeeper in the organization, and I know that had put a strain on your marriage. But hopefully, in the short time that you've been with Candela, you might have seen some of what she's gone through.
Oh, I've seen it. Not that I agree with it, but I've seen it.
Okay, so with that, you guys kind of begin to go back to your regular everyday lives and everything. So what does that look like for Albert while he's waiting for Candela to call upon him?
How many days have passed since this night?
Math, that was a 5. Sorry. So we'll say a month.
So after a month has passed, Albert goes to the board of Hale University, excuse me, and he goes up to the dean of education, and he goes, he knocks on the door.
Come in.
He opens the door. I'm just gonna be outright. I'm 77 years old now, and I'm going to retire.
Immediately, or are you going to finish out the semester? Well, the semester would be almost over anyways because of it being December, so.
Two things.
Well, it's January now. But a month.
Well, yeah, a month. So, yeah, the semester just... so you can retire immediately.
Due to my age, I'm going to retire immediately. But I would like to have one last thing I would like to say to the students before I leave.
Okay, and then we'll fast forward to that moment. What do you say to the students?
So, I guess before almost the classroom gets handed off to the reins of the next professor, whomever that is, I'm going to look at my students and I'm going to say, students, I started this class with saying that we need to always seek for truth. Well, during these last 9 months, big reveal was given to me. Some of you may not know about the organizations or secret organizations of Candela or the Red Hand and such, and some of you may never need to know. But there are people out there who are protecting us from this evil. And I'm going to live out the rest of my life to protect us from that evil. It's been an honor teaching you. You are all young, bright minds. But I must take my leave now. And with that, I'm going to retire. Leave you into the capable hands of... What's the next professor's name?
We'll say Thaddeus...
Broadstroke.
Yes, perfect. Thaddeus Broadstroke.
Professor Thaddeus Broadstroke. I'm sure he has... What do you do again? What do you teach?
What you just taught.
Nothing.
I taught so many... Nothing.
Science and, like, technology type things. So, basically science in general. So.
Yes, he teaches that. So, I'll leave you in his hands. And then I'm going to walk out the room.
So, like, the general consensus is that you're crazy, but they think because you're 77 you've lost your mind, but it's because they don't think Candela is real and whatnot. So, but out of respect for you, they decide to not commit you into a home, and with that, you are allowed to live out your days serving as a lightkeeper for Candela. That being said, let's go to James Buckingham. It's been a month since then. I've had several meetings, and you're going to get the James Buckingham Hospital in the Hale Harbor.
Yeah, that's really... okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Because I was about to say, what if we name this after someone who... We name it after him.
Okay, you can definitely name it after him. That is your choice.
Yep.
So, the Nathaniel Jones, right? James.
The
Again.
Carver Hospital.
Yeah, Nathaniel James Carver Hospital. The NJC.
NJC.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, every day as you walk in, it is a memorial of what was the loss of a good friend, obviously, and all the different things that you guys seen and went through. Because despite the ill intentions of your lightkeeper, you guys did do a lot of good, and even did a lot of good after being separated and even having to face your lightkeeper. You guys did a lot of good. Now, how do you wrap up James Buckingham?
James Buckingham. I'm trying. Like, what does it matter what time of day it is?
No.
Alright. I think what I'm gonna do, head back to my office at my practice and give my assistant a raise and get back to work on helping people.
Okay. So that leaves us with none other.
Oh, one more thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna make the back door a steel door this time. There we go. With multiple deadbolts.
I
Yeah.
believe it. Okay. That leaves us with one and only Joe Monkey. It's been a month since the final calamity with your circle of the Oriental Express.
Mm-hmm.
What is Joe Monkey doing?
Well, nothing much. Just enjoying the time I've had with my wife and her being back, and maybe she goes off every once in a while, but I spend every day knowing that these days are treasured, and we try to take walks as much as we can down towards the river where she likes it, and I'd like to end my story there with us walking down to the river and standing there and looking over at her, and I say, well, like you said long ago, there truly is happy endings.
I can't think of a better way to end the session than that. So, with that, one last time around the table, here as we close out the circle of the Oriental Express, starting with you.
My name's Dylan Bray, and I was playing Albert T., the professor.
Albert T.
Albert T.
Big boy. My name's Tim, and I was playing Joe Monkey, and I was the specialist of a novelist, a homebrew class.
Okay.
I'm Dill. I was playing James Buckingham, and I was a doctor.
I am Thomas, and I was playing James Carver, or Nathaniel James Carver, the detective.
And I have been Justin, and, well, always am Justin, but I have been your GM, and thank you so much for joining us for this first circle of Maledict Obscura.
Go team.